When it comes to tossing away paper, plastic, metal, or glass, in today's world, even the youngest among us understand the value of recycling.
I think because it makes the earth a better place.
6-year-old Grace Ettinger learned that lesson from her mom, Holly, who makes the old adage, reduce, reuse, recycle, a sort of family motto.
You know, you buy a lot of stuff, you're bringing stuff in your house all the time. I hate just throwing it in the garbage. I know where it's going. I know it's going to a landfill, so I recycle so it doesn't.
With help from families like the Ettingers, Pennsylvanians recycle more than 5 million tons of material a year. But once you toss away your trash, do you know what happens beyond that blue bin?
No, I do not. I do not know what happens because I do know that plastic has numbers on it. So it goes someplace. I'm hopeful that the plastics can be reused for all kinds of things.
When it leaves my truck, I don't care.
But most people really, they know they're doing the right thing, what's required by law, and plus they feel good when they recycle.
Cardboard!
But that's it. They pretty much, in the morning time bring their bin in and they want to go beyond their day.
According to Ann Sowerman, the head of Allentown's recycling program, what happens next is one of the most important steps in the recycling triangle.
We can collect all the recyclable materials we want, but unless it's made into something that's useful, that consumers want to buy, what's the point?
Ann says some of our trash gets recycled to make more of the same. Aluminum cans make more aluminum cans, and used cardboard boxes make new boxes. But Ann says other recyclables get a whole new life as building materials. For example, old soda bottles can turn into carpet, glass containers can end up in floor tiles or insulation,
And number 2 plastic bottles, like the kind used to make milk jugs, go from the recycling bin to building materials, like the plastic lumber used to make this footbridge. So how does it all work? Let's find out.
It starts here at the recycling center, where city workers separate the different materials.
They'll separate the glass from the plastics, from the aluminum, and in these particular cases, the plastic bottles, they'll separate the number 1s from the number 2 plastic bottles.
That number 2 on the bottom of your milk jug or laundry detergent bottle stands for high-density polyethylene, or HDPE. It's a hard, stable plastic, just what they're looking for at Everlast Plastic Lumber.
We use that type because everything reacts differently to the sun, to the heat, and high-density polyethylene is just a little bit more of a durable plastic.
Based in Auburn, Schuylkill County, this family business is one of about 150 manufacturers in Pennsylvania that use recycled materials. Here they create boards of plastic lumber used to build decks, patios, and pretty much anything else you would make from wood. Chief Operating Officer Tiffany McCauley handles the business side of things.
It's beneficial if we can have it done early next week.
Her husband Dan manages the plant.
This material is actually what comes from the recycling facility. It's all post-consumer milk jugs, which means it's been picked up, dropped off, baled, and brought to us.
In a single month, they go through 320,000 pounds of number 2 plastic. Each of the large bales get placed by forklift into a shredder, which chops the product into smaller chunks of plastic. Then it travels by conveyor belt to another grinder that dices the plastic into flakes about the size of a fingernail. Next, it's time for a bath. Labels and other debris get scrubbed away in this washing system. That's where anything that's not number 2 plastic gets separated.
What happens is the lighter plastic floats to the top, and the heavier plastics and metal, they all sink down to the bottom.
Once it dries, the clean, clear plastic is ready to become a piece of lumber. They have a selection of 8 colors and 12 sizes.
These are the molds that we use to make our lumber. Depending on what you're making, you're going to want different shapes and different sizes, and so we have the molds to fit that.
Today they're making deck boards and railings, so they loaded the appropriate molds into this machine. The plastic flakes get heated up to 375 degrees, dyed, and pushed into the mold. Then it cools in cold water for 2 hours before the finished piece of plastic lumber comes shooting out. From bale to board, the entire process takes about 6 hours. The final product does cost more than most wood.
It's comparable to like a high-grade oak. So it'd be like getting a pretty high-grade piece of lumber at your Home Depot or something.
But as the name implies, Everlast Plastic Lumber is built to last.
You don't have to stain it, you don't have to Thompson water treat it or anything of the sort like that every year. So once you have it down and installed, as long as you like the color, you're good to go.
A few weeks after the boards come off the line, Don Waldron uses ordinary tools to drill them into a footbridge along a trail near Hamburg in Berks County. Blue Mountain Wildlife Incorporated maintains this trail, and as the group's president, Don says they decided to top off the bridge with plastic instead of wood.
And we all like the idea of using something that's made from recyclables. And it seemed like it'll be a very low maintenance product. It was very easy to work with.
With the bridge in place, trail users can stay off the busy road and feel good about the product.
And it seemed like it'll be a very low maintenance product. It was very easy to work with.
With the bridge in place, trail users can stay off the busy road and feel good about the product.
And it seemed like it'll be a very low maintenance product. It was very easy to work with.
With the bridge in place, trail users can stay off the busy road